Hello, my name is Carla Day Johnson, and I'm with the Hedberg Public Library Art Committee. I'm here today talking with Debbie Hall from rural Clinton about her artwork that will be displayed at the library for the month of February. Hi, Debbie. It's a pleasure to have you today.
Hi, I'm so glad to be here.
Good, good. Now, you're doing photography. Let's talk about that. How did you first get interested in doing photography?
Back in the October, actually, of 2012, we were on vacation in Colorado at Estes Park. I don't know if anybody's ever been there, but
I've
it's
been
an
there.
awesome place.
It is.
And I was just taking photos of an elk herd in town, and when I looked at them later, I just thought, my God, the clarity. It was just beautiful. The lighting was perfect. I had some of them blown up, and I actually sold one, and I have a 24 by 36 on my wall.
Wow.
And it's beautiful. It looks 3D. It's very deep. So that's, and I thought, oh my God, I think I can do this.
Yeah. So tell me about the camera you were using.
The camera for then was just a little, what's those called?
Well, it's a digital.
Digital camera that I had for several years.
Just a little point and shoot kind of thing?
It wasn't anything special at all. And I thought, if it comes out on that, what can I do with a better camera?
Yeah.
So, talked to my husband about it. I says, I'm going to go spend some money on a camera. And I went and bought my first better camera, which is a Canon. I happen to prefer Canon. I really like them. And it was a, I'm terrible with names of cameras, but it's my first one. I still have it, and then last year I bought a different one. Then I bought a big lens, and I have a tripod. And
so you're all decked out.
It's led me to that, and I love doing nature. I don't particularly care for portrait shooting. Yeah, I'm too impatient for that, even though you have to be patient to shoot wildlife.
You do.
But I don't have to stage anything.
Okay.
I'm taking what nature is throwing at me and trying to get something that I'm thinking of in my head. I want it on the film.
Okay.
And when I get that, then I know I did a good shot.
There you go. So you're using what nature's throwing at you, but
Correct.
you're making the most out of it.
Correct.
That just boggles my mind, that the camera thing, because for me and a lot of people, what kind of camera do I need? Does it need to have a lens? Do I need to have all these options on it? And you've just gone in a very short time.
I went and actually spent probably 6 weeks just comparing cameras, going online, getting information, this and this and this, and it came down to 2 different brands, and I went with the Canon, and I love it, and learning to use it, and then I wanted to get something with more zoom, so I went and got a Canon T3i.
Okay.
It's a Rebel. That one I remember the name of. Okay. And that one had interchangeable lenses. And then up to, I think it was 200. And then I got a big lens. It like 2 pounds for the lens.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can shoot farther away and get so much more clarity and detail in it. And it's like,
you use a tripod, I assume.
yeah. And for that one you have to.
Yeah. It's just too heavy to hold.
Right. Otherwise you kind of shake.
Yeah. Yeah. So now tell me, before 2012, what was your camera use up till that time?
Just holidays and birthdays.
Seriously.
Seriously, you know, and maybe vacation. You know, usually I would pick up before I got a digital. It was just those disposables.
Really?
And just send it in, you know. That was it. I never thought of it as art.
Really?
Right.
It's amazing.
I never thought of it as an art.
But what kind of an art background do you have otherwise? What do you do? Crafty things?
You know, I loved art through my whole school years, kindergarten through senior. Enjoyed it tremendously. Did my first and only oil painting, and I was actually late with it by 2 weeks, and my teacher still gave me an A on it.
Oh, cool.
And it was like a big flower with the great background and a bee on it. My husband to this day hated it, and we moved one year 4 times, and it got wrecked during the move. I was so disappointed, I cried. But I remember it. I got married young. We had children, and I focused on that. I think the last thing I actually drew was my youngest son, who was 39 now. He was 2.
Oh.
I drew him.
Okay.
And then, but I got into the craft stuff, and then for 6 years, from 2000, I don't want to say maybe 5 years, 2001 to 2006. 6. I put in some emporium in Clinton, Wisconsin,
Okay.
downtown.
Okay.
A lot of people know who I was.
Okay.
And I actually did a lot of vinyl banners
Uh-huh.
and vinyl lettering, graphics, all that stuff. So I was able to use and create.
Okay, so you've got an artistic
there.
Vision.
Yeah.
Do
Everything
you think
I did.
that little background that you had, do you think that's helped you in your?
Yes.
Because you really compose with the lens when you're using a camera.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a very good friend, my best friend. She's the same way. We are just like two peas in a pod, the way we think creatively.
Uh-huh.
And we always kind of flow off each other.
Oh, that's good. That's good to have someone.
Right.
Did you go to school in Clinton?
Yes, I did. I was born and raised in Clinton.
Okay.
Except for 7 months of my life, I've lived within 8 miles of Clinton.
My.
Right.
That's cool. All right. When I see from the work that you've brought in, your favorite topic is nature.
Yes.
Would you say that?
Yes.
What's your best thing to shoot?
I do a lot of birds.
Okay.
I think primarily because it is a challenge
Mm-hmm.
to get one in flight.
Oh, yeah.
I love the eagles. I come
Oh,
down
yeah.
to the Rock River a lot
Yeah.
to take shots of the eagles and stuff.
That's not easy, even with a zoom.
No, you have to be able to go with the bird as they're flying.
Yeah. Did you say you weren't patient? I'm not seeing that.
Well, for nature, I'm patient as can be.
Okay.
Just to set somebody up, take their picture, and try to get a good. I don't have to, smile, do this. No, I actually prefer to do, if I'm going to shoot people, without them paying attention to me.
Okay. Okay.
I don't pay attention to them. I'll just take shots. I'll send them people.
Yeah.
But I just prefer nature better.
And do you have a bird feeder that you?
Yes,
supply
I do.
to? And,
I have several bird feeders.
Okay.
We do have wildlife. We have deer around us.
Okay.
We have raccoons, possums, coyotes, and tons of birds. Now, this last summer, we left out our black oil seed.
Oh, all
and
summer?
all the different birds that came for the summer for that were birds we never had before.
I did that one year too, and it's amazing what you
Oh
get.
my gosh!
They find
yes,
you. Mhm.
yes.
Mhm.
The only problem I have keeping is the bluebirds because their homes get taken over.
Oh, wow.
But it's just patience.
And then did you find that you have even more birds in the winter if you've fed all the way through
Yes.
the summer?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I found too.
Yep.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, what other natural things? You go in the woods and do that kind of thing?
We love to hike.
Okay.
We actually camp a lot. The last one, like this, the one that we have here, one of them, we were riding around in our convertible. I was sitting on the back of the seat on back roads, and there were the deer in the creek.
Really?
And it's like, here we go. And their sudden look and the water dripping from her mouth.
Oh, cool. Of course, you take your camera everywhere with
Oh,
you.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't lately since winter started because I'm at work when it's still dark.
Oh, okay.
So there's nothing to really shoot.
Right.
But
Well, there's
usually-
always night photography. You can
Right.
go there, yeah.
That's one thing I haven't got down pat yet.
Yeah.
I have no clue about that.
Yeah.
I'm self-taught. I've never
Okay.
taken a lesson.
I was going to ask you, are there any people who've influenced you or been important in your development there?
For photography, no.
No? No?
No.
Well,
I
but that's amazing. I think people read books. They talk to people. You
Mhm.
do anything online. There's information out there. You just have to search for it.
I do have one gentleman that I get weekly information from. He's a professional, and you
Okay.
sign up for his information. He'll say
Okay.
how to shoot this, how to do this, and
Okay.
I'm on a site that's called ViewBug,
Okay.
and that's a photography site only.
Okay.
And you can put your work up there, and you get critiqued by. There's over 5,000 members of this
Okay.
right now. I received a notification in just this month
Mhm.
that I was one of the top 10% photographers on the site.
Excellent.
So I was very thrilled about that. And considering there's over 5,000, that's huge.
Interesting. And they critique your work? Do
Yes.
you get comments from
Yes.
that? Wow,
Yeah,
that's really,
yeah.
that's good feedback.
They'll let you know if they like it. Can you join? Put your stuff on. You can put your own little sites up. Say I want everything on eagles
Okay.
or something. Somebody shoots, they can put it on there.
Cool.
And it's international. It's the whole world, and it's so
So
fun.
how do you work full time? How do you
Yes.
find time?
I just make
Weekends?
time.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
I haven't had a lot of time lately. Been helping take care of a brother that's been very sick.
Okay.
In fact, he just spent 2 months in the hospital. Just got home.
Oh.
So since beginning of August, every weekend
Mm.
has been up to Madison.
Wow.
So, but I work it in.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Pick it
just
up
have
again
to.
in the summer.
Yes,
and-
yes.
Mhm.
And that's why I like photography, because I can just forget everything.
And just pick up the camera and shoot a little
Yep.
bit and put it back down.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'll do that around home. If I have this urge, I'll just walk around my property looking under logs for bugs.
It's
and
amazing what you'll find. I have a friend who's a photographer. He goes on 2 acres of woods up north,
Mhm.
and he is continually sending me photos every day of things he finds on that little 2 acre
Yeah.
spot. And depending on the light or the snow cover or whatever, sometimes I can tell they're the same shot from a couple of
Sure.
days before, but they're totally different depending on the light.
Mhm.
It is just simply amazing. And whether you're looking this close or you're looking way far away.
But when you magnify something, and like this little grub he had,
Mhm.
and I didn't realize it had hair in his body.
Oh,
And I
really?
didn't realize 2 of his feet were red.
Oh, really? Oh.
So,
So you saw that when the picture came out?
yes.
Oh, interesting.
So that fascinates me, seeing what are we not seeing? Look at what we're missing.
And the fact that the camera's getting it, but your eyes aren't.
Right.
That's a whole new tool. to
Or
think
if I'm
about.
shooting something, I'm focused on that, and then I'm looking back through my pictures, and it's like, oh, where did that come into the picture?
Interesting.
And it takes, I can do it easily in a day, 2,000 pictures.
Really.
Yeah.
How do you manage that as far as storage and?
You have to go through them. I have a little tablet. I'll put my memory thing in, and then I'll
Okay.
just go through the ones I don't like right away.
Right, take those out right away.
And then I have to go through it again, and then I'll go through it again.
And then do you put them in albums? So
Yes.
you group animals or
Yes.
birds or whatever?
Yes.
Okay. Because that is a mind-boggling problem for me. So I go by date.
Oh,
which is
sure.
really bad, except seasonal. Winter pictures are probably
Right.
going to be in the winter, but yeah, it's not ideal.
Right, yeah. I have to put everything in little folders on my computer, and then I make sure I back it up twice on 2 different,
Oh, good
memories
idea,
in case
yeah.
I lose something.
So, okay, now you've got it on your camera and you've put it on your
Mhm.
notepad. Then, how are you getting to this? What are you? How
Um,
are you deciding what you want to print and where you want to go with it?
I'm going with what I really like.
Okay.
That's how I don't go what I think someone else would like.
Mhm.
I'm going for my own pleasure.
Okay. That's good.
And then I decide whether I want to crop something out, because I don't. A lot of people I know use programs that really change your pictures.
Like Photoshop or one of those.
Photoshop. Now I can crop, I can lighten or darken, and I can level it.
Okay.
I can't do anything else with it.
So
So
that's the only
that's it.
program that you have is just that
Correct.
minimal? Okay.
I thought I don't need the other stuff because I'm not into having somebody floating, and
Yeah.
that's just not what I want to do. Which is
But
great for
if you're
people that
good-
do.
Well, and if you're good using the camera, you're using the camera as your tool
Right.
rather than doing it later
Right,
in a software program.
right.
So that's interesting. I think sometimes there's so much that you can do in some of those
Mhm.
software programs that it detracts from the.
Actual photo
It
of
does.
itself.
It does. The simplicity of it, and if you didn't get good color in the beginning, then you're not working with all that you need there.
Right,
If you
right.
don't get it. Yeah.
So sometimes you maybe have to enhance just a tad.
Mhm.
Like if you do something with the mountain, when the sky is so clear that the mountain blends in.
Mhm.
So you just need to, and that's just with your lighting,
Right.
just so the sky's just a shade different,
Right.
so it stands out.
Just yeah. Right.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you're dependent on the sun or the moon or whatever. is
Correct.
casting
And
it.
I've learned to get the best shots is in the afternoon, late afternoon,
Really? Okay.
or early morning.
Some people love early morning, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't like doing anything. I shouldn't say I don't. I do shoot during the day,
Mhm.
but it washes everything out.
Yeah.
When a couple years ago, well, actually a couple years ago, it was year ago, 2013, like in the fall. We were traveling, my husband and I, as I wanted to get fall shots.
Mhm.
And I said, we got to go in the morning, Why can't we just go? No, we got to go in the early
Mhm.
morning. You'll see
Morning's
why.
the-
So
yeah.
we're driving around. I'm taking shots. So we're just gorgeous. And as the sun came up more, he says, oh, I see what you mean. It's washing it out. I
Yeah.
says, yes.
Yeah.
I says, you have to get it the way, because you don't want the sun coming at you unless that's what you want.
Right.
You want it behind you and on the objects.
Right. Right. And creating a shadow behind.
Correct.
So that it offsets it.
And if you do have the sun coming that way, you don't really want to shoot into the sun. You want to shoot. And I'm just learning it all on my own. I guess just
Sounds like
natural
you-
instinct, maybe.
Some people have it, some people don't.
Yeah.
It's obviously something that you've learned over your life and you're using it. That's excellent.
And I'm very lucky where I work, they let me hang it.
Oh, excellent.
Yes. So,
that's
I shouldn't say the word hang, it's display it.
Oh, no. we always
It
talk
is
about
displayed.
that. Yeah.
But I actually sold several
That's
pieces
an
from there
important.
too.
That's an important point because
Mhm.
pretty soon you have files and files of things on your computer, and no one has ever seen a thing that you've
Mhm.
photographed. Yeah, I think it's important to get it off of the, get it out of the
Yeah.
computer and hung on a wall somewhere, so that and you can look at it differently
Mhm.
too. To see something blowing up in this size is way different
Right.
than looking at
And
it
it's
on the screen.
deciding what size do you want it. What do you think will look good on either canvas or on
Yeah.
paper and framed?
And whether or not you have the detail in the picture that you can enlarge
Right.
it that large, that makes a difference
Right.
too.
And actually, the two sites that I go to, because I do it over the internet,
Mhm.
it'll tell you. They will tell
really?
you that this isn't good enough. You need a higher pixel count.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
So, and then maybe if you go for a smaller, it'll work better.
okay. And that website works with you that way.
Yes, works. Oh, yes,
Yeah.
very well. And within like 5-6 days, you have your items.
Really?
Yeah, so I love that.
Oh, cool. Well, let's look at some of the things you brought in. Oh, this is beautiful. Tell me about this.
This is in my backyard, and it's in the fall because this is asparagus.
Okay.
After it's already
With the berries? Mhm.
right, and the sun was setting, and I actually laid down on the ground because I do that. You look at all different ways.
Mm.
So I started taking shots, and this is the one that came out that I fell in love with. I actually have
That's
this,
beautiful.
and I gave it to a friend of mine. It's a 36. I think it's a 30 by 36 on canvas.
Wow.
And she just saw it, and she says, "I've been waiting for something to come that I would go, ah." I says, "Good, it's yours."
That's so cool.
The coloring, I think it just really pops out.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's just a beautiful. It would go actually good with any setting if you like, But
And it gives you the idea of a sunset and the
Correct.
atmosphere far away, but yet you're close up to what
Right.
you're looking at. Nice.
and
Really
it's kind of like I learned when I did paint the few times I did.
Mhm.
I was told because I did really good background.
Mhm.
And I was like, well, okay, that's supposed to all blend in. You don't want it just standing out there when you want the focus beyond.
Right.
It's like painting, but with the camera. I mean, I'm nowhere near a painter.
Well, but you
And I
use
envy
your
them.
camera lens as if it were a brush. You
Right.
decide what you're going to use for
And
focal
my
point.
canvas is right there.
There you go. Very nice. Oh my, look at that.
And this is the one that we stopped in the creek with Mom and the fawn.
Oh.
And I love the way when I said, this is kind of a surprise.
Yeah. Oh, look at the water dripping.
Right, she had just lifted her head.
Oh.
Because I can do a speed shooting.
Uh-huh.
And if it's if it's running, I have a setting that it's for when they're moving.
Okay. It takes like 15 shots
Right,
in a
and
row.
that's learning a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to use this setting because I missed everything on this setting.
I could see me spending my time doing the settings and the animal bounces
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
So this one is just, and we were above it and we were looking down and.
Well, you talked about getting a different view. So you get down on the ground and look up. Have you ever
Yes.
gotten up and looked down?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Which do you like better?
Depends what I'm shooting.
Okay.
And you never know what's going to look best from the angle you're taking it at. I have no problem rolling around the ground or anything, so it can work quite well. It's getting back up that's a difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, take me there.
Honey.
Yeah. All right, what do we got here?
And this is one of my favorites. This was taken in September in just north of Fond du Lac.
Okay.
I love the lighthouse, and there's this wooden path here, and then there's this sand dune, and over the sand dune is Lake Michigan.
Okay.
So, but I thought with the clouds and the beautiful blue of the
sky
sky,
is beautiful.
and this is actually kind of leads you up there
Mhm.
with the path and everything. I just thought I personally thought it was a good composition for this.
It is. It is.
I'm gonna get my husband in there.
So actually, the water is behind you here.
Yes.
Okay. Very nice. That is just impressive.
And I just thought this would look very good, large and on canvas.
And you've got your detail fine enough that everything's
Oh yeah, you can see the windows and the.
Yep, the little brackets around
Yep.
the windows. Yeah.
So that worked out quite well.
Very nice.
Sometimes you can, it won't work.
Mm.
I've wasted money on stuff, but the only way I'm going to know is by doing it.
There's something to that. So this is the kind of thing that you send online. You send your file.
This is done in Florida.
And they send it back to you.
And I usually get it 5 and 6 days later.
Wow. And it's all mounted on a
Yes,
stretcher
it's all
board
framed and everything.
ready to hang.
I haven't put a wire on it yet, and I have to because this is one of them that I am bringing
It'll be at the
to the
library?
show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. So if you've only been at this a couple of years, what does your future hold for?
I definitely want to do more.
Is there anything in the camera area that you want or need? Any accessories you don't have?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I'm pretty satisfied with what I have. I need to learn more about using what I have.
Okay.
They really don't give you a book anymore. You have to go online and try to figure it out. And I would love to take a class. I know they've had classes at in Beloit at the Fine Arts Incubator. But I never had a chance to go because they run weekends. It's just weekends are hard for me when I'm working all the time. So I'm hoping to retire in a few years.
Okay.
And then I want to delve more into it.
Okay. One thing that my friend who has this wonderful setup, he puts up his tripod, sets the camera, and then sets it on whatever he's taking. And he has a little dial that he can dial up or down, and it comes forward, it goes back, it turns color, it does.
Oh, wow.
It was beyond what I could comprehend even, but to me, you could spend the whole day taking one item and coming up with 1,000 different pictures of it.
I've found when I've done still life, I have the idea in my head, so I start with my idea. By the time I actually get done and satisfied, it's nowhere near what I thought I wanted to do. It just evolves, and it's like my head just starts going through with all these crazy ideas and the lighting and the color and what do I want to do here. And black and white, I have some beautiful lilies that I did in black and white, and what you print them on makes a difference too. In fact, I think one of them will also be displayed here.
Okay.
And metallic paper.
Oh, interesting.
Right. You get more of a, I'm not sure what it would be called, and it has to be the right picture for it too.
Sure. So have you dabbled a little bit in black and white?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That is, to me, much more difficult.
I think so.
Yep.
And I think we're so used to seeing things in color, and everybody's got a point and shoot camera, that it's almost become old hat. But the black and white is really a challenge sometimes.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people use all the cameras and stuff now, and they're just shooting at everything. It's like, but that's what it's like. But that's a tourist. That's just shooting because you want the picture. It's not really looking at it. It's like, what's this going to be? How many shots do I have to take? How do I do this? Angle. Learning to blur your background to get everything what you really want to pop out, or blurring something on the side so you get the clarity back here.
Right. So using the camera as an artistic tool.
It is definitely a tool.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Well, and like you said, no booklet comes with the camera, so you're kind of on your own that way.
And I'm one of those people that just dive in.
Yeah.
The first time I ever learned to use a computer, it was 1986.
Okay.
They sat me down. I've only been at the job like 6 months because I stayed home with my kids when they were little. Learn to use this computer. It was like, learn to use a computer. Okay. I learned after typing stuff for like 20 minutes, and I lost it all. Save.
Okay.
So I learned to use a computer.
That's the best way to learn, yeah. Well, that's great. So you're looking, I know sometimes at the library the Camera Club has a display. That might be something you want to check out?
I will definitely have to check that out. I was looking to see more information about the Janesville Art League.
Okay.
Seeing about membership there. And it's like, what's really hard is I don't have the time to spend.
Right.
I want to spend more time.
Well, that's something to look forward to when you do retire.
Exactly.
Now, tell me about, you mentioned that you were in the Regional Arts Program, the Wisconsin Regional Arts Program.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
I actually got in that from 2 years ago. In the spring. Mary Ann Inman I met.
Okay.
At the Women's Club art and wine in Clinton that they have every two years. So I know her husband. I went to school with her husband, so that's how I met her, through my cousin too. And so I took some work there, and she talked to me about it and everything, and said, "This is what you can be doing." I says, "Because I'm looking to see what's more out there. You know, where can I get my work out there."
And are there quite a few photographers that are active in that as well?
Mostly painters.
Okay.
You know, maybe 2 or 3. You know, actually, it's more than that, because they're going to have at the Beloit
At the incubator. Okay.
In March, photography show.
Oh, excellent.
And so it's for photos only. So they also have one in Whitewater that's photography only.
Okay.
And actually, there are a lot of people who do that. But the majority of the people that I see when I go to like the rap shows and stuff, they're artists. They're painters.
Okay.
I shouldn't just miss myself as an artist, because I know I am.
Because the way you use a camera is very artistic, and the thought process that goes through all of that before you come out with your final picture is definitely an artistic endeavor.
I think it's because I just feel that the people who paint and draw, the time they spend to do that and the talent that they have, is like, I'm just not on their level. I don't feel that I am, but
you just have a different tool. They're using a brush and a pencil. You're using a camera. It's no less.
I love it. I just love meeting everybody of all the different mediums that they do.
Yeah, and you learn something from everybody you meet.
Yes, you do. You really do.
Yeah. And I think if you get shoulder to shoulder with some other photographers, you're just going to bloom, because there's, again, so much to learn. But,
and there is. I'm just hungry for it.
That's good. That's great. Well, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to displaying my work for the month of February.
Good. We look forward to seeing it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for tuning in today, and make sure to come down to the library during the month of February to see Debbie Hall and her photography exhibit. Thank you.